1964, East Africa. 41 young women begin an adventure of a lifetime that will include a historic attempt to climb Africa's highest mountain, Kilimanjaro. Even before setting foot on the 19,000 feet snow and ice-capped mountain, they faced the challenge of building a team that was strong enough to overcome the physical and mental challenges of a 5-day expedition, carrying all their own food and equipment and coping with the effects of altitude on a mountain that claims an average of 10 lives each year. Supported by the Kenyan Outward Bound School at Loitokitok, with a programme of activities designed to build fitness, confidence and trust, these young women from secondary schools of East Africa were pioneers in bringing together Africans, Asians and Europeans to achieve shared goals. Preparation for the mountain included activities chosen to build confidence and physical stamina. "26 were non-swimmers at the start, and all of them overcame their fear of water. The ropes course was used to develop agility and commitment, qualities that Kilimanjaro would put to the test. 3- and 4-day training and acclimatisation expeditions gave these young women a taste of what an attempt on the summit would demand of them. Building improvised shelters, navigation and learning how to support each other when the going gets tough were all parts of the preparation. A visit to the Masai Amboseli Game Reserve left a lasting impression and provided a welcome, relaxing break where new friendships could develop further. Back at the Outward Bound School, serious preparation for Kilimanjaro continued with first aid and practice at carrying an injured walker. It was also becoming clear that the 3 racial groups were developing strong bonds and becoming a highly effective team of young women. The physical challenges of rock climbing and abseiling were balanced with thoughtful problem-solving tasks that emphasised leadership and building trust. Drama was also used to encourage self-expression. By now, these young women were developing a clear understanding of what Kilimanjaro would demand of them both physically and emotionally, and they were ready for the challenge. Carrying 30 to 40 pounds with enough food for 5 days, it was time to take on their biggest challenge. Moving through bush and scrub and onto open scree slopes, the group made use of natural caves and shelters built on their previous expedition. As the group got higher, snow patches began to appear and the groups began to feel the effects of altitude. The 3rd night on Kilimanjaro was spent in the Outward Bound hut at 15,300 feet. Tins of mutton, peas, ham and jam left by the army when building the hut provided a welcome additional meal on the eve of their push for the summit. After a very early start at 2:45 in the morning and dressed in all their warmest clothing, the group set out for the summit. Conditions were perfect, clear skies, no wind and snow hard enough to get a firm foothold. After nearly 11 hours climbing, they reached the Gilman's Point on the crater edge at 18,640 feet. The summit beckoned, but a sudden snowstorm dashed their hopes of going any further, leaving them in whiteout conditions. The group now faced a further 7 hours descent through treacherous snow to caves at 10,600 feet. All arrived safely in the knowledge their enthusiasm and close teamwork had taken them to this point, less than 1,000 feet from the summit of Kilimanjaro. This was a remarkable mountaineering achievement, and the return journey gave every one of these young women an opportunity to reflect on their success. Personal goals had been achieved and surpassed, and each member of the expedition knew they had added an important chapter to their life story. Their success on Kilimanjaro was measured not just in miles walked and altitude achieved, but in their demonstration of how a group of strangers can develop the resilience and fortitude to work in harmony and achieve success for all. The footprints these young women left in the summit snows of Kilimanjaro may have been short-lived, but the importance of their mountaineering feat remains as a demonstration to society of how tolerance, compassion and tenacity can unite us in the face of a shared challenge. When the successful expedition finally returned to the Outward Bound School at Loitokitok, sprained ankles and blisters were treated, but it didn't delay the long-awaited celebrations. Everyone on the mountain knew that this had been a special achievement, which was summed up by one of the young African women. Although we are from different races and countries, everyone has worked together to help each other as sisters. I remember when we were on the mountain, I could not even lift my feet from the ground, but with encouragement from my European and Asian sisters, we were able to reach our high point. I have learned to mix freely with a multiracial society where colour, race or creed do not matter.